Recognize it from the စုတင်နေအခုခါနာလေးစရအောင်နော်ဒီမှာဒီဖက်နဲ့ဖယ်ပေးကြပါဒီမှာဟို speaker တွေဒီမှာပထမဆုံးကျွန်တော်တို့ရဲ့ညီမညီ generation Z ဖြာမှု Granny နော် Granny ဟုတ်ပါတယ်နော် Granny ကကျွန်တော်တို့ဖြာမှုကိုကျွန်တော်ဖိတ်ခေါ်ပါမယ်အဲ့ဒီမတိုင်ခင်မှာဟုတ်ပြီအားလုံးလက်ခုပ်တီးပြီးကျူဆိုရအောင် let's welcome ဖြာမှု
Hello everyone, my name is Piarmo and I am Karenni Youth Activist and Karenni American Association Youth. I am here today because all of us know our stance are clear. It is to fight for federal units of democracy. For all the people in Myanmar, the right to live in freedom and in peace. Every day, people in Myanmar are tirelessly protesting on the street, and many, such as youth, elder, doctor, nurse, teacher, monk, nun, and children, and many more. And many are sacrificing their lives to let the world know about what is going on in Myanmar. Since the internet shut down, people are murdered in silence. Many have risked their life in order to tell the world what's really going on. And it is our duty to help raise our voices for the voiceless. Thank you, President Joe Biden, for standing with us and imposing the section on military and advocating for the freedom and democracy for all the people in Myanmar. But we need more than imposing a section. We need you to work with the allies and the international community to take precise action to identify the target points, pressure points, and call all the international business to break ties with Myanmar military. And work with allies to send a strong signal to military terrorists to stop airstrike on innocent civilians and declare no-fly zone in Afghanistan or region. And provide humanitarian aid to ethnic groups and Burma people that seek refuge. And help supply the ethnic arm so they can help protect their people. And continue to work with allies to call for the release of all political prisoners. Not only Suu Kyi, but all the members in her party, the National League of Democracy. I know very well that America represents a democracy. And by doing this strategy, it will signal those who are watching around the world how the Biden administration intends to defend the democracy and human rights for all the people in Myanmar. Because if one democracy is being threatened, democracy is being threatened everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Piamo. General Kyi, Mutmile, New York State Alare, Isabella Mogu Jusuya.
Hi everyone, my name is Isabella Mu, Yimin Nosiwatu Pumuado, and I represent Utica, New York. Now, this is from the perspective of the Karen people and what our flag symbolizes to us in regards to our fallen heroes. So please render silence. So please be quiet. So we bring solitude to the following honors. This is in the perspective of the Karen national flag. The Karen national flag consists of 3 main colors: red, blue, and white. On the top left corner is the traditional Karen frog drum to symbolize unity in traditional Karen culture. The three colors denote a certain meaning. Red is for bravery, white for purity, sincerity, and blue for honesty. It proudly waves at the cost for our freedom, at the cost of the lives of our fallen heroes. It proudly waves at the cost for our freedom, because our freedom is not free. There is a red stripe in our national Karen flag. Red symbolizing for bravery and symbolizing the frailty of one hero alone against our Burmese military oppressors. Remember. There is white, a white stripe in our national Karen flag. White symbolizing the purity and the sincerity of our fallen ethnic heroes and their intentions to respond to their country's call to arms. Remember. There is blue stripes in our Karen national flag, symbolizing honesty and remembrance. This reminds us of the families and loved ones of our comrades in arms and fallen heroes who keep faith awaiting for their return unless we forget. Remember. The frog drum beats. It beats so prominently, symbolizing the unified beating of all of our ethnic hearts, of all of the ethnic citizens of Myanmar, who bears witness to our fallen heroes, unyielding determination and in death seeking autonomy and the accountability of responsibility from our oppressors, the Myanmar military. Remember, our tears fall. It falls to remind us of the bitter fate of our people who died at the hands of the Burmese military. Remember, our flags, all of our flags, it waves free. The price of our freedom is not free. The price of our democracy is not free. Remember, we are here. They are not here. Remember. To our fallen heroes, to our prisoners of war and missing in action, thank you for the preservation of our democracy in Myanmar, protecting and aiding our peoples of all ethnic Myanmar. You are not forgotten. Hopefully someday, maybe we can have peace without a war. Tabu Malo.
Thank you.
Hello everyone. My name is Esther Val. I am currently living in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I am representing the Federal Union of Myanmar as a Chin ethnic group. I am here today because I am standing with all the people in Myanmar wholeheartedly, since I cannot be with them in person. This is the least I can do for my people. This fight is not about one major race or religion. It's about all races, every ethnic minority, and every religion in Myanmar. Our human rights have been robbed and constitutionally by the terrorists called the Dictatorship, posing at this country's military. Lives have been lost and many have been detained as violence has been growing in Myanmar. There are arson, murder, theft, and robbery by the ones whose job is to protect us. No one is safe, even in their own homes. Every single day, there are fires, gunshots, and dead bodies on the streets. These terrorists have no mercy. Because of them, children have to run for their lives without their parents. Try to put yourself in their shoes. Yeah, I felt that too. There are no words to describe how I feel about what's going on in Myanmar. It is time for the world to stop this genocide. I stand with the people of Myanmar who are fighting very bravely without ceasing, and I stand with them. My people are heroes, and we will fight until we win, because giving up is not in our blood. Now I will be reciting the poem, If, by Roger Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting or being lied about, don't deal in lies or being hated. Don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you have spoken, twisted by knaves to make the truth for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop, and build them up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose, and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they're gone, and so hold on when there's nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men come with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minutes with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And, which is more, you'll be a man, my son. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. Let's do the chanting. Democracy, Yashi, yay! Democracy, Yashi, yay! Democracy, Yashi, yay! Shahanati, Yashi, yay! Democracy, Yashi, yay! Debate, debate! Debate, debate! Debate, debate! China, China! Debate, debate! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Save, save! Save, save! What do we want? What do we want?
free. Serve, serve. Serve, serve. Myanmar must be free. Freedom, justice, democracy.
Thank you. Now let's welcome former Marine Major Daryl Patrick Lombard, the Chief Political Advisor of Chin Community of USA, DC area.
Good out here. How you all doing up there? Are we all in the same sheet of music? All right. Good to see you all from other different places around the U.S. This is indeed a great day for me to be able to stand in front of you, to be able to speak to you guys, at least part of my portion of me speaking in a way of expressing my gratitude, all of you making your way today. Obviously, nobody made us come here today. We are doing this because of the love of our home country. Because we fear the worst that can happen to them. We stand in solidarity with them. We're trying to show them that we are indeed standing by them. I know they're not here today. Obviously, we are able to bring voice to America, and so that's what we're doing today. So thank you all coming today. And again, this is a great crowd. I have never been part of this big of a crowd, showing support, all the ethnicity here. Takachin, Kaya, Kayin, Mon, Bama, Chin, Rakhine, everybody's here. I am of Chin ethnicity. I don't describe myself as Chin ethnicity today. I am an American. We are all Burmese American, and we are originally from Burma, right? So I am indeed blessed to come here today to be able to take part in this particular demonstration, showing support and standing in solidarity with our people in Burma. My name again is Daryl Lambert. In Falam, I'm known as Patrick Van Lien Book. I just recently retired from the Marine Corps after serving this great country of ours, the democracy that everyone around the world sees. 20 years of faithful service, defending democracy around the world. But right now I feel helpless. I feel helpless because why? I'm seeing my home country in dire situation. I've been around, I've been to Iraq, Afghanistan, Djibouti, Middle East, Japan, Philippines, anywhere, 25 countries total during my service. Try and promote and defend democracy that we, U.S., are able, we're known for. But for my home country, I feel helpless right now because why? The military that I serve in U.S., the type of military that's supposed to support and defend people, obviously are now terrorizing people. They are now terrorists. But you know what? If you look at it carefully, they are the biggest cowards, right? Cowards as they are. Because why? They rely truly on their weapon. A means to go after people is only through their weapon. You know what? That is not what military is supposed to be. They are complete cowards, ruthless, aggressors, terrorists that have no regard for human's life. I've never seen this evil in my own life in terms of the evil that military dictators, military thugs, the terrorists are currently doing, bringing upon our people in Burma. So I really feel for them every day, every waking moment, every waking of my life. I know that most of you, your heart is still heavy. Every day you look at and say, what may have happened now? Whether that be in Rangoon, Mandalay, Sagaing, Calais, whatever, Bahrain, a lot of places, the indiscriminate way of killing, the torture nature, and I see lots of images of the brutality of the military. I know that we're not, okay? We're in the military. They are not trained for that kind of things to go against their own people. And it's never right, and it should never be acceptable. So this is a fight that is worthy of fighting. Continue on. We can do a lot from the U.S. We can continue to communicate. We can write to our senators, representatives, Congress, and to include our president, right? I did write a letter to the president, although he has not said anything to respond to my letter. Obviously, I know he's got other agenda to worry about too. However, this is indeed now at a moment where this is the time that the President of the United States, President Biden, needs to really step up now. The Congress, and as you've been hearing from our UN ambassador, Linda Thomas, she said it. It is now time for action. Action, action, action. The brutality is not going to stop just because in international community say, we hear you, Burma, we hear you. We feel your pain. You know what? Those things are wordless to me now as I hear more about it. Okay, the frustration is obviously now deeply creeping into every one of us, I'm sure. And so Unfortunately, we have to rely on the international community for condemnation. However, we now have to support our own people in Burma, particularly Federal Army. Now, I know it's still in the work. So I know that a lot of people are working behind the scene to make this happen. So when that happens, nationalities, all of all of our ethnic personnel from Burma, obviously we have to unite together for common enemy. The military in its own, it's not the enemy. But the way that they're carrying out the work they're doing right now is the enemy. Because why? We will always need military, but not this particular military terrorist. And so remember that. In everything that we do in our life, we know that we will, regardless of whether or not, when we have this democracy again in Burma, there will be a military, yes, but there will have to be more a profession of arm, as we say in the U.S. military, under the command of the president of Burma. Is what should be. They should not have their own right to do whatever they feel like doing anymore, like the way they are doing. And so that has to be something that they have to more or less work on that. But right now we're not there, obviously. So continue to support the CRPH. The only hope that we have right now for Burma is CRPH. We all can do that. We all have our own way of supporting it right now. So continue to do that. And it's great to see that all of us here today showing our ethnic colors and showing that we are indeed united. You know why? Because if we're not united, the military, thugs, and terrorists will continue to harass and do it their own way, and no one will be able to stop it. So just keep this unity in place. What happened down the road, who knows? I mean, this is something that we'll have to figure out later on down the road, but federal democracy has been the thing that has been robbed off of all the ethnic minorities. And that's the biggest issue that we're still enduring. So don't lose hope. Don't lose hope, that's all I'm saying. All right? You all can do your own thing in your own location. Spread the word to your American counterparts that you work with, you live next to, whatever case may be. The world needs to know, that's like we're doing a while ago, marching. A lot of people are looking. A lot of people are looking and trying to figure out what is happening. A lot of people that we in trouble with the traffic, you know what, they're mad, but they figure out why they're mad. It's because we are exercising our right to protest, exercising our right to voice our, bring out our voices for the voiceless in Burma right now, right? So continue to do that, continue to do the things we need to do for ourselves, and so that we can stand firm, stand in solidarity with our people in Burma. They need us right now more so than ever. So don't lose hope. I thank you all for coming. Again, hopefully you all have a safe drive back to you all, wherever you all come from within the U.S., whether that be Indiana, New York, or Iowa, whatever, in Georgia, all of those places that you all have to get back to. Drive safe, but when you get back, please do not let this flame that is already burning die out. The flame cannot die until these military terrorists are eradicated. Eradicated means wipe it out, right? Wipe it out. So thank you all for your time, and may God bless Burma, may God bless America, may God bless you all. Thank you.
General Speaker, General Women in solidarity against the military coup in Myanmar. Amutami Noi Utolan Ye. Yeah, goes on. Sama Momo Jusoya.
Hi, hello, Minglaba. How are you? Nadamo. Jama Chilu Pipare, Jama Milam Hanida Shimano. Dinema, multi-ethnic protest for Ladia, Nine, Kayana Nico, Alamo, Jesu Tita is of Yalovare. Yeah, we are in Piroma, a China Pima, we go Piroma, Yola, Lagata, Mokabu, tomorrow my UHS, tomorrow Yeji, UHS, tomorrow Banai had to put it today. Di mana lah bukan jahat, cuma orang yang cepat nak ucinan ni jalan tu deh. Kata Allah kan si Yesus ni, Allah ngoli sabare. Di mana lama sih lure, di mana tu sahaja jalan lure dia kan si ule, Yesus ni cakap dia jalan bare. Cuma ni dia cina ro, di cuma ro aku cuma si anak sia ni, cuma ro yang mana no anak ting mereka sama. Cuma ro dia tajam mak, di mana sih lure, lama dia bu, salam bu, nelu lama ya bu, thai lama ya bu. Yen hama pesing na nani deh. Acuh tu tomorrow, amyot tu mire hasoi. Ni kena kita kacau. Tomorrow pagi mati cecare, kler itu yang kan soci dan tomorrow ye hicap bare. Tomorrow tak mire terada tu, satu kanzanya bare. Dia lauti jinan dia dulu rewo. Tomorrow ni lauti kanzanya ada suragu. Di masih Amerika dia banyak le. ကိုချင်းစားကြပါလိမ့်မယ်ဗမာပြည်မှာရှိတဲ့မိခင်တွေကိုလည်းကျွန်မဒီကနေဝန်နေပေးချင်ပါတယ်ခင်ဗျားတို့ CDM မှာမပါတဲ့လူတွေဖြစ်စေခင်ဗျားတို့ဒီအစ်စ်အစိုးရကိုအာဏာတဲ့လူတွေဖြစ်စေဘေးကနေပြီးတော့ဂျားနေဝါဒနဲ့နေတဲ့လူတွေဖြစ်စေခင်ဗျားတို့သားသမီးချင်းကိုစားခံစားကြပါကိုချင်းစားကြပါလို့ဒီကနေပြောချင်ပါတယ်ကျွန်မတို့ဒီမှာပါဝင်ကြတဲ့လူတွေအားလုံးလည်းအားပေးချင်ပါတယ်ကျွန်မတို့ကအရေးကြီးတဲ့ပန်းနိုင်မှာပါဝင်နေကြတဲ့လူတွေဖြစ်တယ်အရေးကြီးဆုံးကျွန်မတို့စစ်အာဏာရှင်ကိုကျွန်မတို့ဖြိုခွင်းဖို့ဆိုတာလွယ်လေးနဲ့မဟုတ်ပါဘူးငါပြောပြီးတော့အခွင့်အရေးစားတယ်လို့မလွယ်ပါဘူးကျွန်မတို့ခက်ခဲမှုတွေရင်ဆိုင်ရမယ်ဒီခက်ခဲမှုတွေဟာဆိုရင်ကျွန်မတို့ရဲ့စူးစမ်းခြင်းနဲ့ကျွန်မတို့အောင်မြင်ဖို့ရမှာဖြစ်တယ်အရေးကြီးဆုံးကျွန်မတို့လက်သုံးချောင်းထောင်နေတာပါလေဒီနေ့စစ်အာဏာရှင်ကိုကျွန်မတို့ဖြိုခွင်းဖို့လက်သုံးချောင်းလို့တယ်နံပါတ်1ဘာလဲဗမာပြည်မှာဆန္ဒပြနေကြတဲ့လူငယ်တွေနဲ့လူကြီးအားလုံး generation XYZ နော်ဒါကပထမဘာနဲ့ပထမတောက်ချောင်းဖြစ်တယ်ဒုတိယကျတော့ CDM မှာလှုပ်ရှားနေကြတဲ့ဝန်ထမ်းအားလုံးဖြစ်တယ်ဒါဒုတိယအရေးကြီးဆုံးဖြစ်တယ်တတိယကျတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ CRPH နဲ့အနောက်ကထောက်ပံ့ပေးနေတဲ့ဒီနိုင်ငံခြားရပ်သားပြည်သူအားလုံးဖြစ်တယ်ဒီတောင်းခုဆုံးမှာကျွန်တော်တို့ဟာ CRPH ကိုထောက်ပံ့နေကြတဲ့လူတွေဖြစ်တယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့ကဏ္ဍဟာလည်းတိတ်အရေးကြီးပါတယ်ဒီတောင်းချောင်းမှာတစ်ချောင်းပြိုသွားရင်ကျွန်တော်တို့ရဲ့တိုက်ခိုက်မှုကအချင်းကြီးဖြစ်နိုင်တယ်ဒါကြောင့်မို့ဒီတောင်းချောင်းထဲမှာအကုန်လုံးပါဝင်ပေးဖို့ကကျွန်တော်တို့တာဝန်ရှိတယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့ရဲ့တမိုင်းပိတ်တာဝန်လည်းဖြစ်တယ်ဆိုတာကျွန်မယုံကြည်တယ်လက်ခံကြမယ်လို့လည်းကျွန်မယုံကြည်တယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီအမေရိကန်ကိုရောက်လာတာဖြစ်စေနိုင်ငံခြားရောက်လာတာဖြစ်စေအလကားတက်တဲ့နဲ့မဟုတ်ဘူးကျွန်တော်တို့မှာ reasonable ရှိတယ်ဖယားသခင်ကကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီဝန်လွတ်တာဆိုတာရည်ရွယ်ချက်ရှိတယ်ဟုတ်တယ်မလားဟုတ်တယ်အလကားနဲ့ရောက်လာမှာမဟုတ်ဘူးကျွန်တော်တို့မှာရည်ရွယ်ချက်ချင်းမရှိတယ်ဖယားရှင်ကပြထားပေးတာဖြစ်တယ်ဒီနေ့ဒါဟိုကျွန်တော်တို့အတုံးချရမှာဖြစ်တယ်ဒါကြောင့်ကျွန်တော်တို့သိအရေးကြီးပါတယ်ဒီနိုင်ငံကကျွန်တော်တို့ရဲ့အဖြစ်တွေအခက်အခဲတွေကိုသိအောင်ကျွန်တော်တို့ဆန္ဒပြရမယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့ထွက်လာရမယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့အိမ်ထဲမှာနေလို့မရဘူးကျွန်တော်တို့တယောက်ချင်းစီကျွန်တော်တို့ထွက်လာရမှာဖြစ်တယ်ဒီထဲမှာကျွန်တော်တို့ CDM ကိုလည်းကျွန်တော်တို့တွေအားပေးရမှာဖြစ်တယ်ဗစက်နဲ့အားပေးလို့မရဘူးလက်ပါရမှာဖြစ်တယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့လက်ကပါတယ်ဆိုတာကတစ်ချိန်တစ်ခါတည်းနဲ့မရဘူးကျွန်တော်တို့အများနဲ့အောင်မြင်တဲ့ထီလောက်ရမှာဖြစ်တယ်ဒါကြောင့်ကျွန်မဒီကနေပြီးတော့မှအားပေးချင်တာဖြစ်တယ်အခုဗမာပြည်မှာလည်းကြည့်ကျွန်တော်တို့သားသမီးတွေအခုလူပေါင်း26ရက်ကိုတည်တံပေးမယ်လို့ဖြစ်တယ်စဉ်းစားကြည့်ကြပါလူရဲ့အသက်ကိုသူတို့ကဒီလိုတတ်လို့ရမလားတည်တံပေးလို့ရလားသူတို့ကဘာလုပ်နေလဲဒီကလေးတွေဟာကျွန်မတို့ရဲ့တိုင်းပြည်အတွက်ကိုသူတို့တွေအသက်နဲ့ရေးပြီးမှရှေ့မှာချီထွက်နေတဲ့ကလေးတွေကိုဒီစက်အာဏာရှင်ကတည်တံပေးမယ်ဆိုတာခံစားကြည့်ကြပါကျွန်မရင်နာလုံးဆောင်မှုဒီကလေးကသူတို့ဘယ်လိုတတ်မှလဲနော်ကျင်းစက်နဲ့တတ်မှလားတနပ်ပြပြီးတတ်မှလားကြောက်ပြီးစပြီးတတ်မှလားမခံနိုင်ဘူးမဖြစ်သေးဘူးကျွန်မတို့ဒီစစ်အာဏာရှင်ကိုကျွန်မတို့တွေကပြုတ်ခွင့်မသားလိုက်ဒီဟာလည်းအလုံးလက်မှာဖြစ်တယ်ကျွန်မတို့တွေဘယ်တော့မှအမှန်ကိုပြန်ပြီးတော့မသွားနိုင်ကြဘူးသွားလည်းမသွားချင်တော့ဘူးကျွန်မတို့ဗမာပြည်မှာကျန်တဲ့ပြည်သူတွေတနေ့မှကျွန်မတို့ဒီနိုင်ငံကိုရောက်ရမယ်ဒီမှာလာပြီးတော့ပညာသင်ကြားရမယ်ဒီမှာလာပြီးတော့အသက်ပညာရှင်တွေဖြစ်ရမယ်ဒါဟာကျွန်မတို့ကြိုးစားမှုတွေဖြစ်တယ်ဒီနေ့မှကျွန်မအားပေးချင်တယ်ကျွန်မတို့ဒီအချိန်ကြီးရောက်လာပြီကျွန်မတို့ဟာရောက်လာတာဟာကျွန်တော်နောက်ပြန်ဆုတ်လို့မရဘူးကျွန်မတို့လောက်လာတာပန်းတိုင်နာနေပြီလက်တကမ်းပဲလို့ရတယ်ဒါကြောင့်စိတ်ကမကြပါနဲ့သူများတယ်ဘာပဲပြောလောက်ဝနာမဆုတ်ပါနဲ့ကျွန်မတို့ရဲ့ဗမာပြည်သမိုင်းမှာရှိတယ်တပင်းရွှေတိလက်ထက်တုန်းကနော်စစ်သူကြီးမဟာဗန္ဓုလဟာသူဟာနောင်ရိုးတိုက်ပွဲမှာဘလုပ်ခဲ့လဲဆိုတော့ကျွန်မတို့စဉ်းစားကြည့်ရအောင်သူဟာသူရဲ့ကမ္မတော်ဟာသွားပြီးတော့မှနောင်ရိုးတိုက်ပွဲမှာမူခမာရီနဲ့တိုက်တဲ့အခါမှာသူရဲ့စစ်သားတွေကနည်းနည်းလေးပဲတိုက်တဲ့လူတွေထောင်ပေါင်းများစွာအများကြီးဖြစ်နေတယ်ဒါဒီမှာသူရဲ့တပ်သားတွေကကြောက်ပြီးတော့မှနောက်ဆုတ်ချင်ကြတယ်ပြန်ချင်ကြတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့စစ်သူကြီးမဟာဗန္ဓုလကဘာလုပ်တယ်လဲဆိုတော့သူတို့စီးလာတဲ့ဖောင်တွေအကုန်လုံးကိုစစ်သားတွေအကုန်လုံးဖျက်ခိုင်းတယ်အကုန်လုံးများပလိုက်တယ်အဲ့ဒီမှာသူရဲ့စစ်သားတွေကဘယ်ရင်ကောင်ပြောတယ်စစ်တကြီးဘာဖြစ်လို့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဖောင်တွေကိုဖျက်ပလိုက်ရတာလဲကျွန်တော်တို့ဘယ်လိုပြန်မလဲဆုံးသွားခဲ့ရင်ဒီမှာဘယ်ရင်ကောင်ကဘယ်လိုပြောလဲငါတို့လာတာရှောင်းဖို့မဟုတ်ဘူးတိုက်ဖို့ဖြစ်တယ်ငါတို့ဖောင်ဖြတ်ပြီးအသေးတိုက်ရမယ်ဒါမှငါတို့ပြန်လာရှိမယ်လို့ပြောဒီသူရဲ့စစ်သားတွေဟာရွရွချွန်ချွန်နဲ့အသက်ပြည့်တိုက်တဲ့ကြောင့်ဒီနောင်ရိုးတိုက်ပွဲဆိုတာကဘာချိုးတဲ့တိုက်ပွဲကြီးဖြစ်ခဲ့တယ်ဒါကြောင့်ကျွန်တော်တို့တွေအခုဖြစ်နေတာဟာဖောင်ဖြတ်ပြီးစီရီယာနဲ့ကိုဖတ်ပြီးကျွန်တော်တို့ကိုနေနေပြီဒါကြောင့်ကျွန်တော်တို့နောက်ပြန်သွားလို့မရဘူးအောင်ရမယ်နော်ကျွန်မဒီနေ့မှာအားပေးချင်တယ်ကျမတို့ဒီစစ်ပွဲကိုမအောင်ဘူးဆိုရင်ဘာဖြစ်လာမလဲကျမတို့ပြန်နှခါပြန်ရှုံးသွားလိမ့်မယ်ကျမတို့အသက်ပေးတဲ့ပြည်သူပြည်သားတွေ generation စီတွေသူတို့မျက်နှာကိုကျမတို့ငဲ့ရမယ်ရှုံးလို့မဖြစ်ဘူးအန်နာဒီအမတ်တွေတည်သွားတဲ့ဟာတွေကျမတို့သူတို့မျက်နှာငဲ့ရမယ်လုံးဝရှုံးလို့မဖြစ်ဘူးကျမတို့နိုင်ရမှာဖြစ်တယ်ဒါကြောင့်မလို့ကျမတို့ဒီအထက်ကဒီနိုင်ငံမှာလုံနိုင်တဲ့လူတွေဘာလုပ်နိုင်လဲ CRPH ကိုထောက်ပံ့ဖို့အရေးကြီးတယ်CDM ကိုထောက်ပံ့ဖို့အရေးကြီးတယ်ဒီနေ့ဘယ်ဟာကျလို့တော့ဒီနေ့ဒီမှာဒေါ်လာနဲ့ကျမတို့ဝင်ငွေတွေရနေကြတယ်ဒီဟာတွေဒီနေ့အချိန်မှာ ကျမတို့အဲ့ဒီအတွက်ကိုကုညီဖို့စူးစမ်းကြပါတခါကုညီတဲ့မရဘူးဆိုတော့ကျမဒီနေ့ပြောပြလို့ရတယ်ဒါကြောင့်မလို့ဆရာပြချလိုက်အခုကျမအလုပ်လုပ်နေတယ်အပြစ်တင်မစောပါနဲ့အချိန်လေးပေးပါအပြစ်တင်နေတာနဲ့ကျမတို့အလုပ်မဖြစ်ဘူးကြောင်တဲ့ကြောင်ဒီအချိန်မှာတီးခံကြပါလို့ကျမဒီကနေတိုက်တွန်းချင်တယ်ဒီအချိန်မှာစီးလုံးကြပါလို့ကျမဒီနေ့တိုက်တွန်းချင်တယ်ဒီသူရဲ့အနာဒီသူရဲ့တိုက်ချက်ကိုတော့ရမယ်ဒီနေ့မှာပြောချင်တယ်ဒါကြောင့် we have to fight till the end till we free us we can go back to the dark time the coup said 1 year only then they talked to CNN they said for only 2 years but yesterday Myanmar said they went for 3 years. What the heck? 3 years. Well, we cannot accept it. They are such a liars. They are such a thugs, rapists, violator, theft, robber, China slave, terrorist, and bullshit. Do you see anything about that? We are defeating them right now. We must win. We must win. Democracy, yashi yay. Democracy, yashi yay. Democracy, yashi yay. Sit on our shit, just on out. CDM go lift up. Sit on our shit, just on out. Killing German, killing German. Now, so the college my time in pitching it. DNA soda, a new you sitter. CDM soda, center sitter. Hope I don't know. DNA soda, a new sitter. CDM soda, center sitter. Hope I don't know. DNA soda, a new sitter. CDM soda, center sitter. Young Joe, don't come. DNA soda, a new sitter. CDM soda, center sitter. DNA soda, a new sitter. CDM soda, center sitter. အားလုံးကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်။ယနေ့အခါမှာဒီနေ့ချက်မှလည်းပြန်လာကြပါစေနော်။
ဒီလိုတင်ပါတယ်ကိုကျွန်တော်တို့တချင်းလဲဆိုရအောင်အလိုမရှိဆိုတဲ့တချင်းဆိုမယ်အလိုမရှိဆိုတဲ့တချင်းဆိုတဲ့ချိန်မှာအလိုမရှိ
ရောက်တဲ့ခံစားရတဲ့သက်သာတွေဒီတွေနဲ့တွေ့ကြဟုတ်တယ်ဘာထိုင်ရတဲ့သာတွေနားတွေ့ကြနေရလိုပဲခက်ခဲရရှိတဲ့ဘုံကျဲတော်သားနဲ့တွေ့ကိုချရောက်တဲ့ချင်းချင်းတွေစိတ်ပါတဲ့ခါနာဝင်ပါပါစီပင်းကောင်းမှာကောင်းလာလို့ရမှာမပြာကိုရရင်ရပြက်များရင်ကြောက်ရင်ကောင်းမှာပါအကိုရရှိမှချစေပြောင်းလို့ဟောက်လို့သွားမှာနိုင်ရရင်ကရင်ကနိုင်ရရင်တဲ့ရဲ့နေမှာဒီတားရဲ့နော်တွေကကိုလို့အောင်တော့မှာအနာရှိကမလို့ကြမယ်လုံးရှိဒီလိုတော့တော့ကြမယ်လုံးရှိဘုံပေါ်တဲ့တို့သူကြီးမပြားတဲ့တို့လို့ဒီအနာရှိကမလို့ကြမယ်လုံးရှိဒီလိုတော့ကြမယ်လုံးရှိဘုံပေါ်တဲ့တို့သူကြီးမပြားတဲ့ရဲ့ကိုလို့ဒီစနတော်တို့ကြမယ်မပြားတဲ့မှာငါတို့ရဲ့ပြည်မပြားကိုရရင်ရရရင်ကြမှာပါသဘောရရှိမှချစေပြောင်းလို့မဟုတ်သွားမှာအနိုင်ရရင်ကချင်ကမယ်နိုင်ရရင်တွေ့ရရဲ့နေမှာအိတ်ကားတဲ့နားတွေကအကုန်လုံးဟောတော့ချမှာအနာရှိမထုတ်ကြမယ်လုံးရှိဒီလူတွေကကြမယ်လုံးရှိသဘောရတဲ့သူဒီအပြားတဲ့ရဲ့ကိုလို့ဒီအရှိမတော့ကြမယ်လုံးရှိဒီလူတွေကကြမယ်လုံးရှိအပေါ်ရတဲ့သူဒီအပြားတဲ့ရဲ့ကိုလို့ဒီ Sanda Boro Chame, Madia Kamaro Yaki. Sanda Boro Chame, Madia Kamaro Yaki. Democracy, Yashi, hey! Democracy, Yashi, hey! Debate! Yomadane! Yabo!
Thank you.
Part of that, I wasn't planning to talk, but anyway, it's been a blessing, to be here today. And then, I'm so thrilled to see you all coming today, as one, not just Korean, as you know, I'm a Korean national. And then today, as I walk, together with you guys, I had pains, I had cracks, my body's hurt. And I felt like I was almost gave up, But I thought, the pain that I'm bearing right now, if I compare it back to Burma, back home, mine is nothing. Back home, you see like blood, the killing of the innocent people, the children, and you're gonna see like the airstrikes. The children are having like a sleepless night. Even in Burma, people are also, having a sleepless night, like, don't know, what their future is going to be. So, I'm so happy to see you all today. So, I'd like to thank you all, know that today is just the beginning. There will be no end until we and all the whole world bring the brutal Burma regime to the justice. So if you I know that we all are fighting for the same cause. So we shouldn't be giving up at all. So we should continue fighting. Probably we should do more of the demonstration in the future as well. So we want to see more people. But believe it or not, today I was so surprised. I thought like there's not going to be that many people showing up today, but believe it or not, I was so thrilled, beyond blessed, happy to see that all of you, coming today, giving your time, giving, like, it costs a lot of money, and energy. But no, don't forget that in Burma, they suffer more. They have no guns, they're fighting with their bare hands. People are dying. So we're here. We have the freedom of, speech. We have everything, we have every power that we can do, that nobody will stop us or can stop us. That's why we shouldn't be giving it up at all. So as a Korean, I want, seeing all of you coming today, I'm so happy. So in the future, I hope that we all can, work together peacefully. So, I thank you today. Thank you, everyone. And then I want the United States, the president, to see the suffering that we are not suffering. So, we want the president to do something, not just, look at it. And also the UNHCR, we've been waiting, they just, looking at us, not doing anything. That is not enough. And as you know, the brutal Burma regime, they are they're abusing our, our rights. So, that should be, it shouldn't be, happening like this. So, I want to thank you all, and then remember that I will be praying for all of you and all everybody in Burma. So God bless you all, and then God bless the United States of America. Thank you so much.
喂，ရှိဦးလားမလားကျေးဇူးပြုပြီးနောက်နည်းနည်းဆုပ်ပေးပါကျွန်တော် demonstration လေးလုပ်ရအောင်နော်
Good evening, holiday. So this evening we have been I'm going to read a narrative. The unending narrative. I have watched from a screen in the comfort of my home. A child running to her dad for protection. Who, in a sting massacred by the hands of murderous terrorists, masquerading as agents of government. I have grown numb to these things, but I cannot pull away. Teardrops, one by one, as I scroll through my Facebook feed. Seeing my fellow innocent Korean people fearfully fleeing their lives. Whose sleep is more disturbed by the fear of death as gunshots ring out and bombs fall from the sky.
I cleaned my face as I watched the murderous terrorists hold their guns toward the protester in the midst of the peaceful protester behind and in front of their eyes. The protester marched and hold their hands with their 3 fingers for the peace of the country. But yet, in a split second, first life destroyed, second life destroyed, third life destroyed, and now over 600. The greed and the thirst for power has turned the country to a river of innocent blood. To my video. My heart shattering to pieces, seeing mothers and fathers holding their kids in the midst of bloodshed in chaotic times. My heart shattered with seeing the smiles of the innocent children playing in the zone of genocide and oppression. At the same time, my heart broke for the innocent young lives who don't know what's left, what's right, yet are forced to entangle their life full of violence. Children losing their family in the midst of chaos. Where's Momo and where's Papa? They are weakly forced to witness the brutal fights that seems to have no ending. The ending. No ending. The endless story continues. From east to west, from south to north, we as sisters and brothers were united to these atrocities. My heart is with the silver disobedience movement, CDM, protesters, and my fellow the beautiful lands from east, from west, south, and north. There the gross greed that possesses individuals to conquer all for the selfish power, rich in culture and languages. Then there is the destruction of culture and languages because one language is superior. Live to push your life in simplicity. Then there goes the nightmare that caused our brutal military dictatorships that which destroyed the peace and harmony. Rich and beautiful firm landscapes, the wonders of the hills and mountains. Then next the hills and the mountain now walked under the fear and filled with blood and the wicked action of Domino. The breaking news. Yes, breaking our hearts into pieces. No, it didn't shake us. Yes, it empowers us to stand in solidarity with one another. No, we cannot understand nor feel the emotions and the fear of the individuals and the communities being oppressed and finally abused by the military Damodar. Yes, we acknowledge the families of fallen heroes from east, from west, from north, from south. No, there's no turning back, but moving forward. There's no turning back, but moving forward. But there's no turning back, but moving forward. There's no turning back, but moving forward. Yes, you feel our unity of we the people who shapes into the bottom, which shows your wickedness. So I would like to invite all of us who are here to chant with me. What do we want? What do we want? Where do we want it? Where do we want it? Where do we want it? What do we want? What do we want? Justice, justice. Justice, justice. Free, free. Free, free. Safe, safe. Never ever surrender. Never ever surrender. Together, stronger. Thank you, W.
Thank you.
Statement for you. This is a Fort Wayne, Indiana statement on multi-ethnic protests here in D.C. So on February 1st, Myanmar's military staged a coup and detained prominent political leaders. Myanmar turned backward to the Dark Age and civilian governments established processes of democratic and federal country were collapsed and pushed back to behind zero, ever since Myanmar military unlawfully sieged the state power. Because people of Myanmar believe their vote in results of the 2020 November election, also their expectation of democratic and federal union were insulted by the Myanmar military's megalomaniacs. They involved in peaceful demonstrations, CDM movements as their duties. Since February 15, peaceful demonstrators were violently attacked, arrested, detained, and killed by Myanmar military and police forces. Also, Myanmar military megalomaniacs released armed and drugged prisoners to attack the peaceful protesters, setting neighborhoods on fire and other acts of terror intended to squash the democratic spirit. The Myanmar military is guilty of an assault on an emergency democracy and the people of Myanmar. Currently, Myanmar is on the brink of humanitarian disaster, and people of Myanmar are in insecurity. We strongly believe restoring democracy and human rights in Myanmar. We strongly believe restoring democracy and the human rights in Myanmar is the entry grade to regional peace, establishing regional democratic communities, and defeating all dictatorships, tyrannies, and megalomaniacs. We strongly condemn Myanmar military and Myanmar megalomaniacs' shameful and cowardly attacks on peaceful protesters and acts of terror caused spoiling regional calmness. We also condemn Myanmar military's use of force against protesters or civilians and disrespecting the rights of the people of Myanmar to peacefully protest and express their opposition. We call for the immediate, unconditional release of everyone who has been detained, the restoration of communications, and an end to those outrageous and unlawful actions. We request the U.S. government and international community to support the CRPH and people of Myanmar's peaceful demonstration and CDM movements. Also, we request the U.S. government and international community to show resolve in denouncing the military's actions and to ensure those responsible for the country's human rights violations. Finally, we request all attendees at this event to unite in solidarity, coordinate, and to get pride to fight until we get the victory for restoring democracy, human rights, and to establish a united federal states in Myanmar. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, our speaker would be from Kachin Alliance, Joy John.
Yeah, John John!
Hi everyone, my name is John John. Maran Toy John. I will be sharing a poem with you all called Attitude of Gratitude. This is the attitude of gratitude that should be extending across all longitudes and latitudes, singing in a tune of huge magnitude, calling for justice and accountability and peace, all together in solitude, to glorify our shared sense of rectitude for all the wrongs made by the vicissitudes that led to this terrible, hideous, grotesque military coup. Note the patterns, swirls, and lines within these recent unpredictable changes, mutations of laws that were supposed to be set in stone. Lives cut too short, dreams snatched away, teenagers rising who don't come to play. Out in the streets, they're creating barricades. They risk their own lives for a freedom they might never taste. The resilience of the people is reflected in the movement's fortitude. It's everything we need, and for this, I express gratitude. Countries coming together, united and now amplifying, one message in chorus, unique and quite satisfying. Gratifying, edifying, all defying too. And in the chorus of all voices, blending together, melding in tunes, low tones, baritones, high tones, sopranos. I hear the voice of one person, one body, and I recognize that it's you. The new generation, stepping up, filling old shoes, done with the former traditional ways, so messed up from greedy days. And now, despite a bloody haze, we recognize MUG and the CRPH. We're coming together to reject this coup, calling on governments to delegitimize Burma Army too. Here's the matter.
အခုလက်ရှိချိန်ဒီမှာတော့ကချင်လိုင်းချက်ကောင်းဆောင်တယောက်နေဖြစ်ဒီပါတာဝန်ယူနေတာဖြစ်ပါတယ်အားလုံးကိုကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်ကြားရပါလားအားရတယ်ဗျာအားရတယ် Thank you so much for everyone that's coming today. This is probably the best show of force that we've seen in Washington, D.C. by the Burmese diaspora community. It's absolutely a powerful moment. It's solidarity that we have never seen in the past. It's because this is a shared destiny for all of us. It's a shared journey. We've been witnessing this kind of atrocities in ethnic states since 1948. Our Korean brother and sister could attest to that. And we've been witnessing this since 1961. And past 10 years ago, Kachins were slaughtered just like this, and it has been an ongoing crisis for us. And we're glad that our Burmese brethren are here today in solidarity because they're also facing the same devil. I say devil because they are worse than animals. Because animals have sympathy. These murderers do not have sympathy. The gego, tati mishibu, no yebo chawne tatwari. No? Dablo lesra, the ge tati shiya luwa, the ge lene shi lene ko ba chawa linga. Lene mashire pidu ko dilo, the gego, my young son tatwa pongane, tapyanera, no wa chero di. ကဘာမြေကနေလမ်းပြဖို့လိုတယ်။လုံးဝဒီအရေးတော်ကိုအောင်ရမယ်။အောင်ရတဲ့အချိန်မှာအခုဆန္ဒပြနေတာအခုအမေရိကမှာဒီလိုဆန္ဒပြလို့ပဲပြည်တွင်းမှာရောဆန္ဒပြနေကြတယ်။ဆန္ဒပြတဲ့အချိန်မှာတချို့လူတွေကအခုကျွန်တော်တို့ပဲနည်းနည်းမပါဘဲနဲ့ဆန္ဒပြလို့နည်းနည်းပါမှဆန္ဒပြနေတဲ့လူတွေရှိပါတယ်။တော့မှဆန္ဒပြလို့မျိုးမှာလည်းဆန္ဒပြရမယ်။မျိုးမှာဆန္ဒပြလို့နိုင်ငံတကာမှာဆန္ဒပြရမယ်။ So I urge you to go back to your states, go back to your cities, start writing to your congressmen, start writing to your senators that this kind of crime against humanity should stay in our conscience as human beings. It's beyond Burmese, it's beyond Asian, it's because we're humans. When you go back to your cities, talk to your beloved family members, your friends, people, co-workers, people who are working with you, your legislator, your mayor, everybody, let them know what's going on in Burma. Because this is very important. This has to be a unified front. Because global powers are involved. Great powers are involved. Russia is behind this. China do not want this. This is not only against Burmese military regime. Not against only SAC. We're fighting against Chinese regime. We're fighting against Russian regime. So we must be unified. Our power must be concerted to one direction. That's to end the atrocity. That's to end the authoritarianism in Burma. Dima manai no ma phit bu. No? ကျွန်တော်ဒီအားဒုတိယတော်လှန်ရေးလို့ခေါ်လို့ရတယ်။ဒုတိယလွတ်လပ်ရေးနေမယ်နော်။ဒီလွန်ခဲ့90နှစ်ကျော်မှာဖြစ်ခဲ့တဲ့ဟာလိုမျိုးကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီစစ်ကြောကနေဂျပန်စစ်ကြောကနေကျွန်တော်တို့တွန်းလှန်ခဲ့လို့မျိုးအခုဒီကျွန်တော်ရဲ့အချင်းချင်းဒီစစ်တပ်စစ်ကြောနေပြီးတော့စစ်ကြောကနေကျွန်တော်တို့လွတ်မြောက်ဖို့အတွက်အကုန်လုံးတပေါင်းနဲ့စူးစမ်းကြပါစို့လို့အကုန်လုံးတိုက်တွန်းချင်ပါတယ်ကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်ဗျ။ကျွန်တော်ခန်းသားစီစဉ်လဲပြီးခါနေပြီနော်နောက်တစ်ယောက်ပဲကျန်တော့တယ်ဦးအောင်စောဦးရှိတော်ပြေဦးအောင်စောဦးကျေးဇူးတင်ပြီးရှိတော့လာပါဦးအောင်စောဦးပြီးလို့ရှိရင်ကျွန်တော်တို့ချက်တင်လေးနဲ့လုပ်မယ်နော်ချက်တင်လေးပြီးရင်ကျွန်တော်တို့နောက်ဆုံးဒီစုကောင်းချင်းအခမ်းအနားနဲ့ကျွန်တော်ဆုံးသက်ပါမယ်ဦးအောင်စောဦးကျေးဇူးတင်နှစ်ချုပ်ပဲပြောချင်ပါတယ်ဒီပေါင်း90လောက်စစ်အာဏာရှင်တွေရဲ့လုပ်ရဟာတခေါ်လူဟစ်တာဖြစ်တယ်စင်နေစိတ်ရတဲ့ဖောင်းတာဖြစ်တယ်ဝိညာဉ်လုပ်ကိုအပေါ်စစ်ထားတဲ့ဘလူးရဲ့စစ်ဖြစ်တယ် ကြီးဆိုတဲ့ဗတဝါကိုတောင်းလို့မရလို့နေတာတော့ဖြစ်တယ်လို့ကျွန်တော်အဒီကိုပြောချင်တယ်နောက်ဆုံးတစ်ချက်အနေနဲ့လွန်ခဲ့တဲ့အနှစ်80ကျော်လောက်ကအင်္ဂလိပ်နယ်ချဲရဲ့နံပါတ်3နဲ့လက်ခံလိုက်ရတော့ဘယ်အောင်ကျော်ကတကယ်ထဲမှာဖြစ်တယ်ဒီကနေ့အောင်ကျော်ရဲ့ချိုးရကြတယ်ဒီတော့အောင်ကျော်ရဲ့အမေကဘာပြောလဲဆိုတော့တပည့်တော်မောင်ရဲ့ရင်ကိုသားလို့မောင်ကျော်ဟာနန်းနဲ့ဆိုလို့အတချမ်းဘုဒ္ဓကိုမကရဘဲနဲ့ကြီးမားလေးလေးနဲ့နံပါတ်3နဲ့ရိုက်လို့နေဆိုရတော့ရဟန်းနာတော်နဲ့တကွအများပြည်သူရတော့ယူချင်းမရဖြစ်ရင်တပည့်တော်မောင်ရဲ့ကိုးလာလို့ဆယ်လာဖော်ရတဲ့မိရင်တကယ်အနေနဲ့ဆိုရင်တော့ဆုံးရမရှိတော့ဘူးခင်ဗျားလို့ဒါရှိကြောက်အဒီလို့ငိုချင်းချခဲ့တယ်နောက်တော့ပြောရဲဆိုတော့အောင်ကျော်ရဲ့မြတ်တယ်လို့ဝမ်းနေရတဲ့မြတ်လို့သားလို့နှကတမျိုးမှာကိုအမေတော့ညနေရတဲ့ဒီကနေ့ခန္ဓာဟဲ့ရအမေဘာပြောတယ်တောက်တဲ့ရောတင်ထိုးအမေတွေဘာပြောတယ်မြတ်တော့ခိုင်ရဲ့မိခင်တွေဘာပြောလဲတထထဲကြပါလေနော်ဒီတော့အဲဒီဇာပနာအခမ်းအနားမှာမြန်မာဆရာဟိန်ကားနေအတိတ်ထန်ကြည့်သွားတယ်အဲ့ဒီလိုပါလေကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီနေ့သူပြောခဲ့တဲ့အတိတ်ထန်မျိုးကိုကျွန်တော်ပြောချင်တယ်နော်အခုဝေဦးတော်လာရေးမှာကြာသွားတဲ့6ရကျော်သောအာဇာနည်ဘောတို့ခင်ဗျာတို့ကိုတနာညတာချင်းကင်းမဲ့ကိုတိခတ်လိုက်တဲ့ကနကြည်စံနာနဲ့ဟာငါတို့ကိုစစ်အာဏာရှင်အမြင့်ဖြတ်ဖို့အတွက်တရားမချနှိမ့်စေတယ်နှိမ့်စေရတယ်လို့ငါတို့မြင်စားပါတယ်ကပ္ပတမတ်နော်ကြာဆုံးကြတဲ့အာဇာနည်ရေပေါ်မှာခင်ဗျာငါတို့ရဲ့ကြာဆုံးမှုဟာငါတို့ရဲ့အနာဂတ်ဖက်ဒရယ်ဒီမိုကရေစီနိုင်ငံတော်ကြီးကိုအရောက်တိုးပို့မဲ့ရှေ့ပြေးနမိတ်တွေနဲ့ငါတို့ယူဆပါတယ်နောက်ဆုံးအနေနဲ့ကြာဆုံးသွားတဲ့အာဇာနည်အပေါင်းတို့ရဲ့ရဲရဲတောက်တဲ့တတိတွေကိုကျိုးစွန့်တဲ့အနစ်နာခံမှုတွေဇေတတိတွေကနေတစ်ဆင့်လောင်လိုက်သွားတဲ့မိရှုမိဂရာနေဟာငါတို့ရဲ့နှလုံးသားမှာတဟောတဟူတောက်ကြရင်းနဲ့ရဲဘော်ညွှန်နှန်းခဲ့တဲ့အနာဂတ်ဖက်ဒရယ်ပြည်ထောင်စုကြီးကိုမလုံးရောအောင်ချစ်တမ်းမယ်လို့အတိုင်းအပြုရင်းညွှန်ထုတ်ပါတယ်ခင်ဗျာ
Now I would like to give a few minutes for Justin. He's going to speak about Free Burma Rangers.
Hold on, I'm on representation of the Free Burma Rangers. We are a man by the name of David Eubank. He represents the Free Burma Rangers. But go and protect the people of Burma. He is someone that represents 6 principles. Love one another, the people of Burma. Unite for freedom, justice, and peace. Forgive and not hate each other. Pray with faith and act with courage. Never surrender against the mighty CCP. The Free Burma Rangers are here to protect every one of you. Here to protect your people. Here to help every one of you. We love every one of you people here. We are here. David Eubank is here to love each and every one of you. He is fighting in Burma right now for each and every one of you. We love you. The USA loves each and every one of you. We are here to protect you. We are here to love you. Do not be afraid. We stand with you in your fight, your struggle. We love each and every one of you. Remember the name David Eubank of the Free Burma Rangers. Please remember this name, the Free Burma Rangers. We are defending you. We are with you. The U.S. is on your side in your struggle. We are with you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hello, Myanmar. We are going toကြာဆုံးသွားတဲ့ညာရှင်လူကြောင်းသူကြောင်းသားတတိပညာရှင်များအားလုံး ကြာဆုံးသွားတဲ့တဲကောင်းတွေကိုဗုဒ္ဓဘာသာထုံးနှံစင်လာရသူတို့ဘာသာဝင်အသီးသီးရပါတော့ဟောရသူတိရောက်ဖို့ဒီကောင်းမြတ်တာဘုရားပြေတာပြလာမယ်ကြာဆုံးသွားတဲ့လူဦးတော်လာရေးမှာကြာဆုံးသွားတဲ့ညာရှင်ကြီးကြောင်းသူကြောင်းသားတွေကောင်းသောဘုရားမှာသံဃာတိကတွေရရှိနိုင်ပါစေမပြီးဆုံးသေးတဲ့လူဦးတော်လာရဲ့တိုက်ပွဲကိုတင်တို့ကိုလားညာရှင်ကြီးကြောင်းသူကြောင်းသားကမင်္ဂလာရကံတုသဗ္ဗဒေဝတာသဗ္ဗဓမ္မာရုပဝိညာသရာတုတိဘဝတုတိဘဝတုသဗ္ဗမင်္ဂလာရကံတုသဗ္ဗဒေဝတာသဗ္ဗသံဃာရုပဝိညာသရာတုတိဘဝတုတိဒီလိုကောင်းမွန်သောဘုံဘဝမှာဒီနေ့ဖြစ်တော့ဖိမဖေသာပဲနားနဲ့ဖြစ်တော့ပြင်ပရိသာပဲလို့ရရှိပြီးတော့ငါတို့အတွက်ပြည်သားတွေကစူတောင်းပေးနေကြပါလားလို့ဝမ်းသာအရုခေါ်ဆိုနိုင်ကြပါစေပြုပြီးပြုစေဖြစ်တဲ့ကုသိုလ်တွေပြုပြီးသားကုသိုလ်တွေအားလုံးကိုတင်တို့အတွက်အမြပေးဝေပါမယ်အမြယူတော်မူကြပါကုန်လောသာဓုအားလုံးကြမှာချမ်းသာကြပါစို့
I thank you everyone that you took your time, your energy, your resources. I want you to know that your grace is not in vain. And this is only the beginning. And there are many more times, opportunities, determination, and power that coming through you. So let us pray before we set off to our journey. Our God of our Father, who art in heaven, because you have and trust our brothers and sisters here from all walks of life, from all ethnicity and all diversity. God, you know diversity is a blessing and not a curse. God, we praise you today because you have raised up a new generation to speak the truth, to fight for the truth. God, we pray that today that we come here and to stand here and we know that we are not alone. God, we are not alone. So God, we ask for your spirit, not by might, not by power, but by the spirit that you have entrusted, anointed, ordained, and call us from the north, from the south, from the east, and from the west. So may the sun will not smite you, nor the moon. May God's blessing and may the love of God, the peace of Jesus Christ, and the flowing of the Holy Spirit will take you in your day in, in your day out. When you rise up, when you lie down, that God be with you. And stand up, my brothers and sisters, my sons and daughters, my mother and father, my grandfather and my grandfather. God bless you and stay in the cause. Love yourself and stay safe in Jesus' name. Everybody say amen.
နောက်ဆုံးကျွန်တော်နေ့ရက်ချိန်တိုင်းဆိုတဲ့တခြင်းနဲ့အစိုးတက်ရောက်เนาะတခြင်းနောက်ဆုံးတခြင်းဆိုရင်
Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ
Money